Hi everyone, today I just wanted to do a quick video on encouraging yourself. Most times it's easy for us to give advice to somebody else, about what they should do, or encourage somebody when they, think bad of themselves or think down on themselves. But most times, if we find ourselves in that same situation that they're in, we tend to, not encourage ourselves, think that how could I make such a mistake, and we would talk down ourselves, and talk bad about ourselves, instead of encouraging ourselves. And what I started to do was, like, it's easy for me to have speak about myself. It's easy for me to tell somebody else, no, you're good at this or you're good at that, or to give them advice, don't focus on this, and tell them, things to encourage them. But when it comes to me, when I make a mistake, I feel like, it's all over. I always keep messing up. Why do I keep messing up? Someone like, what's wrong with me? Thoughts like those come to my head about me, right? And what I'm starting to do is that think about it this way: if this was somebody else that was going through this, how would I encourage them? And then I tell myself the same thing and encourage myself. And into our thoughts, most times we think, okay, somebody else think bad about us or talk bad about us, that can make us feel down, or that can down our spirit. But the thing about it is that we are with us 24/7, and most of the times we do the bad thinking and the bad talking about ourselves. The Bible talks about how the power of life and death is in the tongue. And just like how you can say, you speak and say, what, I shall pass this test. The same way when you speak and say, I can't do nothing right. Like, it's the same thing happens, right? They're both words are coming out your mouth, but one of them is fruitful and one of them is not. So I wanted to encourage you today to be careful of what you say to yourself and what you think about yourself. And yes, you're gonna mess up, but it's okay. Think about it this way: if somebody else mess up, just because you encourage, if you're a person that encourages others, like to encourage others, think about it this way: if you were in their position, or they were making the same mistakes that you're making, what would you tell them? How would you encourage them? And then tell yourself the same thing. And I'm challenging you, as I'm doing it, I'm gonna try it myself, to go on a negativity fast, meaning that you don't think about or say anything negative about yourself. Well, I was thinking 21 days, because they said if you do something for 21 days, then you it becomes like it becomes, how should I say it, it becomes a practice, a lifestyle after a while. So I'm gonna try it, and then starting from today, I'm gonna, for 21 days, try my best not to think anything negative about myself or say anything negative about myself. And I know that there are times are gonna come, and the thought is gonna come, and then I have to grab it there and say, you're going further than this, and then change it. And you know what, I find that it takes more energy for me to think positive and say positive things about myself than for me to think something negative. Like, it just comes easy. And the thing about it too is that I feel like you say, okay, there's evidence there, and that's why it's easy for me to think negative. Like, I can't do nothing right, and then you got this thing that you just mess up with there to give you to fuel that thought now, rather than thinking, okay, I just messed up. But and then you gotta be strong enough to think against that and say, but I just messed up, but you know what, I learned from that situation, and next time I'm gonna move forward and not do that, and be better at that. And there's so many things that you do right, but the thing about it is that the negative stuff, it kind of overshadows, or it takes over, because you can do a million things right, one thing wrong, and that one thing that you did wrong just discount every good thing that you ever did. So it's gonna take an effort, an initiative, for you to actually focus on good things about yourself. You're not all bad. There's some good in there. I know there is. Anyway, yeah. We don't always, and I do this to myself too. Sometimes I tend to think about all the things that I'm doing wrong, how I mess up here and I mess up there, and then I gotta stop and think, but I don't always do everything wrong. There's so many things that I do well, and then you start naming the things, and this too is self-love. Most times, at least I used to think, when you love yourself, or you focus on yourself, that it kind of is selfish. You just focusing on yourself, but it's not selfish. And most times we put ourselves on the back burner. But think about it. Think about all list. If you got to sit down and list all the things, sit down in front of a mirror. Like if you're talking to somebody else, and talk to yourself and say, you know, well, you usually do this well. You're a good athlete. You're not good at math, but you're good at English. You know, usually you're not the best, but you're dedicated. You know, like list all the good things about yourself. You know, encourage yourself. Most times we just think, I can never do nothing right. I'm always messing up in this. I can't even run. I can't even this. And you're quick to name all the things that you can do rather than naming the things that you can't. So my encouragement to you today is to focus on your positive. You know, it's not all bad. Focus on the positive and encourage yourself. You're the one who's with you 24/7. Somebody else can try, but they're not with you all the time. And even if they encourage you, if you don't believe it, then it doesn't make any sense, right? So you gotta encourage yourself, and I'm challenging you. I'm gonna do it too, and I'm gonna try my best to remember to come back and report about my progress during this time on the negativity fast, whereby you don't think or say anything negative about yourself for 21 days and see the change. And there's some days you're gonna fall down, but don't just say, okay, let me stop now, you know, and don't even start over. Just keep going. When you should end that 21 days, you're going to see the progress that you're going to make. And then if you want to do it again and do it again till it becomes, you know, like nature, you can do that. But just try your best. Like, make this effort to think positive about yourself and to speak positive of things about yourself. You are so much better than you're thinking that you are. There's so many other things that you do well. And I'm not saying that you don't try and improve on the things that you're not doing well on, but just that we focus so much on the bad that it kind of discounts, or it makes it seem like, you know, we're all bad and there's no hope for us when we focus on the bad. If you want to focus on it, focus on it to make yourself better. Don't focus on it and allow it to pull you down, in other words. Anyway, that was my encouragement to you today. I hope it was an encouragement, and if it was, then feel free to share with somebody else or to try it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye. Okay. What just happened?